My friend, we are here with HoraceHagen, of course, and my friend, we are here with HoraceHagen, and we are going to give to him some questions. So, of course, the first question is, can you give us a global opinion about the event and how it's running and so on?
Sure. The event is running very well. The folks that are running it have given it a lot of work up front through internet exchanges with emails. There were many questions asked and many problems solved way before the competition to make sure it runs very well. And this is very important, of course, because it is a World Championships. It only happens every other year. And they have really done a very good job of organizing it at this beautiful place. It's a wonderful location.
We can agree. I have seen a very high level of pilot and team and material and so on.
Yes, at this level, the helicopters, the radios, the motors, everything is at a very high level. And as recently as 2 years ago, almost all the helicopters were driven by internal combustion engines. But since the invention of lithium polymer batteries and very efficient AC motors, it has changed dramatically in the last couple of years. Almost everyone is flying, as you've seen, with electric motors.
So you have anticipated a question. Do you feel that in the close future electric power will completely switch off the nitro power?
As it stands right now, we already have over 90% electric, very little in combustion engines anymore, because the fellows have found out that the horsepower that you get out of an electric motor is quite a bit greater than the internal combustion engines. Because at the moment we had, up to a year ago, we had a limitation on the size of the engine. Now we have removed that, and some of the manufacturers are anticipating developing new engines that may be able to compete with electric motors. But I'm not sure they can, because electric motors are very powerful.
So, but I know that you fly your personal helicopter. Do you fly an electric helicopter or nitro?
Electric, absolutely. It is so much more efficient and so much easier. You have constant power. You don't have to worry about using the wrong fuel or the fuel mixture being off. I mean, there are so many things that are eliminated by going to electric. It's just much easier. I mean, it still takes a lot of training, but it is more reliable than a gasoline engine or a internal combustion engine.
Yes, we agree, to be honest. And can you give us a short overview about the activities of your association in Italy, in Europe, and in the world?
Okay, as president of the international jury, up until last March, I was the chairman of the subcommittee that sets the competition rules. But I've been doing it for 20 years as chairman and 31 years as member of the subcommittee, and I felt that it's time for new blood. So a new man has taken over who is from Norway, and he's been my right-hand man, and I think he will do an excellent job.
Yes, new blood, but of course experience is of course something really important. Last question. I'd like to understand, if you want, can you give some suggestion to a person that wanted to approach this world, that wanted to start to fly helicopters?
For a person to start flying today requires a lot of training. I mean, it takes, every one of these pilots flies just about every day of the week and every weekend, and you have to fly the maneuvers over and over again. You need help with a helper who can actually tell when you're flying over the flags, because it's very precise during the hovering maneuvers, and all it really takes is a lot of dedication. The young people, the biggest problem with young people is that they have so many other activities that they can get into, whether it's computers, cars, girlfriends. I mean, it's a very tough thing. You almost have to shut yourself off from all the other activities.
Yes, it's a part of a job, yes. More or less. You named the computer. I wanted to ask you, what do you think of simulators?
Simulators can be a great help, especially when it comes to the very difficult maneuvers, because some of the maneuvers are very difficult to set up on your helicopter. And if you can use a simulator, especially in the wintertime when you don't want to fly outdoors or can't because of the snow, a simulator is a very useful tool to practice the maneuvers and then fly it with the real machine. And so I've used my simulator many times to practice new maneuvers, brand new maneuvers, because what's good about the simulator is when you get to fly it on the simulator reasonably well, you save a lot of parts. It reduces the cost of training significantly.
In fact, the problem of this game, I want to use this term, is really the cost. Yes. What do you think?
Well, a typical helicopter at this level is somewhere around $3,000 to $5,000 for one, and everybody has to have at least two. It's quite expensive. You don't have to start with something that expensive. You can start with a helicopter that sells for maybe $500 and work up. Most people do that just to keep the money in control. Because when you crash a very expensive helicopter, it's very expensive to repair.
Yes, we know very well. So you have been really very kind. Thank you so very much for your time. And in this moment, we can say ciao to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Appreciate it.
Yes, me too. Ciao, bye-bye.